Hey everybody, how you doing? Dash and Dave here again. All right, Monday, May 16th, 7 a.m., somewhere in central Iowa. It's a brand new market to me here today. ISU is out. Classes are over. The kids are moved out. What will my market provide to me now? As I've said before, in 2021, mid-August, when I first started Doordashing and experimenting with this delivery gig economy, the students were not here yet. And I remember, and I've got it documented, pretty heavy pings all day long. However, remember back then I was doing $1 per mile, not $2 per mile. So I was accepting a lot of orders that I would not take today. But I remember, the 4, 5, 6, 7 hours that I was doing my tests at various times during the day, non-stop order offers. Were they all unworthy of taking at my $2 per mile now? Highly unlikely. I'm at 10% acceptance rating right now. However, since I've been doing the double with Uber Eats, I've been declining some Doordash orders that I probably would have taken had I not been on a better Uber Eats run. Okay, so, down to 10% acceptance rating. Down to 4.9 something or other on my numbers. I had a perfect 5.0 until Extra Sauce Packets guy, then somebody gave me a 4-star for some reason or other. I have, the day that showed up, thinking back the previous 2 days, depending on when that person gave me that review, I can't come up with anything. But you look at my numbers overall in the comments, people love me, I'm doing something right. You can't please all the people all the time. The fact that I'm pleasing apparently most of the people most of the time, that's good with me. You're gonna have some holes. Okay, so parked in Hilton Center here, Hilton Coliseum, the football stadium off here, and Hilton Coliseum over there. I'm kind of right in the center, if you will. If I get a Starbucks order, I can go over and get that. If I get a Chick-fil-A order, I can run over and get that. This is a brand new ball game. It is 7 a.m. All this week, I'm going to come over at 7 a.m. and see what's here in the morning. If nothing hits for the first couple hours, then I'll back up to 8, 9 o'clock start times. But learn your market, know your market, work your market. This is a brand new market, for me, for everybody really, but my first summer, here in Ames, Iowa. So I've got to figure this thing out. And this is, like I've said before, I kind of like this. Figuring out the algorithm, the offers, how do I do this and all. And of course we have the wild card of horrible gasoline prices right now. So anyway, brand new market, got to figure it out, use it to my benefit, and we'll just go from there. Okay, there's one right there. We are on peak pay until 7:29. Dunkin' Donuts. I'll get a screenshot of just about everything today, and then, show you the good and the bad, I guess. 1.8 miles, $3.75, $1 peak pay. That means it's $2.75, no tip, no trip. Last week when I was setting up my schedule for this week, I was a day behind apparently, and a lot of time blocks were already filled on Monday, and I couldn't get my 12-hour chunk. So I'm scheduled from 7 to 8, 9:30 to 10 a.m., and then 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. That was, what I was able to grab, which I found very interesting, that so quickly the whole day segment where you can choose your chunk was gone. It was just these segments that I could sign up for. So that tells me a couple things. Number one, it is going to be a little bit slower than normal because we've got a lot of college students gone. A lot of customer base is gone. Totally understand that. That also means the algorithm has now said we only need X number of dashers. Let's just say they needed 100 dashers per day in Ames, Iowa. They're probably down to 50. Okay, so the competition has gotten narrow as along with the customer base. So, I have to be much more proactive, and I've been doing it pretty good. Every day I go and look at the schedule and see if I can get that next day 7 days out. But anyway, so Tuesday, I am scheduled from 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m. That was the only little chunk that I could get under the peak pay. Half an hour, big deal. I may eliminate that. But then I've got 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. scheduled for the rest of the week. All right, so again, brand new market, gonna have to learn it, gonna have to work it. Come along for the ride. Tuesday, May 17th. It's about 7:20, just a few minutes behind schedule. I do have everything on, Dash Now and Uber Eats. Just left Nevada. It's hard to get up and rolling and get everything going by 7. Talking to the neighbor, he had a little campfire out there in the fire pit. So anyway, yesterday, fantastic day, all told. Started out real slow, nothing for the first hour. That was because I was declining most Doordashes that came across between 7 and 8 in the hopes of gathering those Uber Eats Starbucks run. Only had one of those. Going back, and I'm going to show this real quick, or we've been looking at it already. There was only one that I would have taken based on my location and based on my mileage metric, yada, yada, yada. So by doing what I did yesterday, by declining and hoping to get the Starbucks runs, I only left $6.75 on the table. That one order I probably should have taken, but I didn't want to get crossed up. So anyway, finished the day out, 11-hour day, long day, but I felt good. It was a beautiful day, perfect temperature. Lincoln Way, I was talking with Carlene about this. We can blast across town on Lincoln Way, catching all the greens, and get 2.5, 3 miles across town like that because there's not 1,000 kids, 3,000 extra cars, extra transit buses, yada, yada, yada. So, good day yesterday. $205 in 11 hours came out to about $18.50 something an hour. More importantly, $1.75 per mile on my metric. Banging day. You know, I don't want to work 11 hours, obviously, but Mondays have been kind of a slow day in our market, and yesterday, granted it was 11 hours, 205, you know, just wow, good day. So we're going to continue the strategy as I did yesterday for this week to learn this new market and kind of hang out near the campus town area, hoping to pick up them Starbucks Uber Eats runs. And we have peak pay for another 8 minutes, so I'm not going to get any of that. And we'll just see what happens. Didn't see too many Doordashers out there yesterday because I think, again, because there's less demand, there's less number of time slots to revert. Because there's less demand, there's less number of time slots to reserve. And talking to Carlene about that yesterday, I've always been pretty proactive. He's getting a little more proactive on going out as far as you can, since we're not top dashers, and reserving our time slots because they're filling up quick. Okay, so same game plan today. I'm not gonna screenshot everything. I'll just screenshot those offers that I accepted, and we'll see what Tuesday brings in this new market. All right, stick around. All right, Wednesday, May 18th, 2022, day 3 of learning this new market with ISU shut down and the college kids gone. First 2 days were very interesting. I learned a lot. First of all, I was making this video, got up this morning, turned on the Dasher app, $3.50 peak pay until 10:59. Until 10:59. That's going to be 4 hours for me. It's 7 o'clock. Okay, that came out of nowhere. That is huge for this market. $3.50 peak pay at this time of day. We've seen it once or twice. I think the last 2 days it's been $1 peak pay up until about 7:30. And Tony and the algorithm said that ain't working. Sweeten the pot. Now yesterday, Tuesday, like I said, and we've already seen the screenshots of the jobs that I took. First of all, I only worked about 6 hours. Around 1:30, 2 o'clock, my spidey sense was saying we're going to hit a real dead zone, so I decided to throw in the towel. Made about $140. It was a pretty good day. The first 3 hours I only made $15 per hour, so at 10:30 I was at $45 for the day. Now, that's partly why I'm coming in so early at 7 a.m. all this week, is to find out this market, gather some intelligence, you know, the data, and figure out which way I want to roll. Well, I'm glad I got that 7 a.m. start time today, man. Wow, $3.50 peak pay. So, in my market, when it's slow, early in the morning, the breakfast crowd, you know, it's real hard to meet my $2 per mile metric. You know, the order may meet the metric, but I drive 3 miles over and then I come back 3 miles empty. Now I'm down to $1 per mile. And that has been the case pretty much no matter how or when I start. And it has to do with, you know, the mileage and where I go and yada, yada, yada. Now, the exception to that rule is if you get 2 banging Starbucks orders at $10, $11, $12 a piece right off the bat, and you've driven a total of 5 miles for both of those orders, then you're way ahead on the mileage metric. So anyway, but usually I start out a little behind, and then as the day progresses and the orders get better, that average comes up. So yesterday I thought to myself, knowing this and documenting it many times, I thought, you know what, let's just not worry about the mileage this morning. Now, I still applied my metric, but I wasn't going to be chasing the numbers. So at 3 hours in, like I said, at 10:30, I was at $45, $15 an hour for the first 3 hours, and right at 45 miles. And then it slowly increased over the day, so I think I finished the day with $1.75 per mile. You know, completely doable. So anyway, $3.50 peak pay. I've got the Dasher app going. I've got the Uber Eats going. Taco Bell is a hot spot, and Tropical Smoothie is a hot spot. So, you know, today is gonna, you know, normally I strip off the peak pay and then apply my metric to the job offer. And today, that means no tip, no trip is roughly $6.25. You know, I see that offer come up. That's a no tip, no trip with the $3.50 peak pay. Talking to Carly and I'm talking to another Dasher yesterday, something else made itself apparent to me over the last couple of days. You know, the kids are gone, fewer customer base. You know, the kids are gone, a lower customer base, and a lower number of Dashers. Seeing better offers sprinkled in with the no tip, no trip offers. And everybody kind of confirmed that. The 2 or 3 guys I talked to confirmed that. And the one guy said, I think that's because with the kids gone and a lot of them being Dashers being gone, his philosophy was a lot of them are top Dashers and they get the priority when things are slow, which is 100% true. I just kind of find it hard to believe that a lot of the kids were top Dashers. I think they probably had 2 or 3 percentage point acceptance ratings and they were cherry picking to get the most money for fucking beer money and keg money, okay? So anyway, I could be wrong on that. Could be wrong. It seemed to be a little bit better offers coming through amongst the garbage in pay. Now, we'll take a look at this one here real quick. This one I do not understand whatsoever. It was a $26 Chick-fil-A order, so you're talking about a dinner meal for 2 or 3. Not that large of an order, but, you know, it was more than just one, you know, combo. Turns out, the base pay, looking at it here, $6.75. That one just does not make sense to me. I talked to Carleen about that. You know, our base pay is anywhere from $2 to $2.75, depending on the restaurant, the order, and all that stuff. Hy-Vee meal time, 1.4 miles, $9.25. Where's the physical address? Because that means everything. Burnett, just right up the road. Damn, they're so slow, though, sometimes. Yesterday, I was there for like 30 minutes. It was a good order, so I did not assign it. That was my first ping. We'll take it. We'll give them a shot here. I'm right here. $6.75 base pay. In my understanding, when base pay comes up, it's because of order size and distance. This wasn't that far of a distance, and it wasn't that huge of an order. And I went through there, and it was the only one at $6.75. You know, I don't know, can Chick-fil-A push an order at a higher rate? I don't know. But anyway, it was a really bizarre one. Good paying one, too. So, all right. So, it's, you know, learn the market, know the market, and work the market. We're on day number 3 of this. I'll probably post this video and then start again because it's getting a little long. I did go to the web and looked up Ames convention events. You know, summertime, stuff's going to be happening. And I saw the flags that they were putting out yesterday, and I already kind of suspected. I didn't think it happened this early. Anyway, Iowa Special Olympics are starting tomorrow here in Ames and running through Saturday. Will that mean some business? You know, some people at some soccer fields and some softball diamonds or in the little auditoriums be ordering up a whole lot of Chick-fil-A or some pizza or something like that. You know, that's where the catering bag may come in here, and I'm scheduled all the way through the weekend, so we'll gather that green while we can. All right, so that's enough of that. Can't remember if I was going to talk about something else. I think I covered it all right there. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, first Starbucks order today. The girl there said they had about 5 online delivery orders. I've been out here several times. I didn't get any of those hits. So I'm going to say that the market right now is a little oversaturated in drivers. And you've got to be right there in order to get the orders, you know. Okay, there's the Dunkin' Donuts on Doordash. Ooh, you know what? This is almost going to the exact same area. It is. It's actually going to the hairstylist. Okay, that's where the Uber Eats Starbucks is going, out to the hairstyling college there. So we'll do the double, the true double, if you will. I only had one of these.
Half a mile.
Yeah. I only had one of these once before, and that was when I went to Pancheros and their printer was down, and I had to scrap a couple DoorDash orders and just finish out the Uber Eats order that was going to the same hairstylist college. It was a clusterfuck on Pancheros' part, but anyway. So got a Starbucks going out to the college, got a Dunkin' going to the college, Uber Eats, DoorDash, doing the double. All right. But it's slow, dead slow. I talked to Barry, one of the regular DoorDashers that I have seen several times, and he made the same comment. In with the bad orders, the good orders seem to be better. Now that's 3 of us that have noticed this. And I don't think we're seeing the 675 and the 775 as any better than the 275 and 375 orders. You know, I don't think that's the case, that we just think they're better orders. I think there are slightly better order offers out there. Why is that? Because there's not a lot of top dashers when it's slow taking these orders, or just the way it's working out, that there's maybe better orders than bad orders. But that's not, it's not the order ratio, it's the dollar amount. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. All right, that was pretty cool. $19 for 7 miles, half hour worth of work. Perfect. Double D. 2 pickups, 2 different restaurants, 2 different apps, 1 delivery address. Real rare, real rare. All right, there we go. It's just a little after 11. Got one in just under the wire. 1 minute to go on peak pay. That was that tropical smoothie. Finishing the morning out at $65 on DoorDash and $8.50 with that Uber Eats double that I had with the DoorDash Dunkin'. That was pretty cool. Anyway, so we're at $18 per hour for the first 4 hours with peak pay at $3.50. Much worse than yesterday at $45 in 3 hours without peak pay. I think the algorithm has too many dashers out here. Just re-met Daniel at Panera, a new guy that's out here dashing. He's doing the full-time thing, 7 to 3. And he had a pretty good morning. I said, "You taking my juice?" He was around $60 at that time, he thought. Carlian overslept and then missed his start time, so he's not out here. I just saw Nancy, Grandma, in the white Prius. Don't know how long she's been out. But I think the algorithm missed it just a little bit on this case from our point of view, that there was too many of us out here. But then again, from DoorDash's point of view, we're getting the orders delivered. So you can look at it 2 different ways. I sat for quite a while. Daniel said he was sitting for a while. I can only imagine if Carlian was out here, you know, adding to the mix. So, yeah, I think the algorithm missed a little bit, and maybe, you know, DoorDash has been around for a couple years, but this would be the first year, if you will, of the students leaving Ames and summer break, if you will, that's not COVID related. Okay, you follow me on that, as they've gotten their legs and expanded. So in many cases, you could probably call this a new market in Ames, Iowa for everyone involved, including Doordash. Okay, that one is definitely a no. 8 miles, $6. So we're off of peak pay. All right, well, you know, like I said, it's a brand new market. We all have to learn it, and maybe even Doordash a little bit too. So, okay, rock and roll. All right, guys and gals, that's all I've got for you today. Hopefully you can take something from this video and put it to use for yourself. Thanks for coming along for the ride, and hope to see you next time.